Other things that have happened recently is I recently had some gigs, sound gigs. And that's another thing too. Guys, I got some business cards, and I picked those up this morning too at Office Max / Office Depot. So yeah, I did have some sound gigs, but sadly I didn't bring my camera, so I can't give you guys a gig log. I wish I could, but I can't give you guys a gig log. The only thing I can do really is make a video kind of describing what I did, or like if somebody made a video from the event, because there were camera people that filmed both of these events that I did sound at, you know, then I could maybe upload that, and that'll kind of be, you know, you'll get to hear what I was doing. But first I did sound at this community fair that a whole bunch of churches in our area was kind of getting together, and they pulled together this community fair. And all I was doing for that one is providing music and small vocal reproduction for the speakers, and there was somebody who sang something, and the announcers. And so basically the gear that I used for that was this JBL Eon 15, and guys, I was thoroughly impressed with that thing. This thing and this Behringer Xenix, as well as my laptop, I was literally out in the sun. It was hot that day. I was out in the sun. Of course I took breaks, you know, to get some water and get something to eat, but the equipment didn't take breaks. So this JBL performed for almost 5.5 hours non-stop music, pretty loud too. And man, I just gotta say, I'm thoroughly impressed. Those of you who are thinking about getting the JBL Eon Power 15, you know, don't make an excuse like, oh, it's too old. You know, honestly guys, this JBL Eon and the Eon G2s, the Generation 2s, kind of are better than the new ones, honestly. You know, they integrated so much technology into the first two generations that really made them stand out among their predecessors and even recent counterparts. So this thing kicked butt on that gig. I was so impressed. You know, it just sat in the hot sun, but it just kept ticking, and it didn't get tired either. It didn't even get that hot either. I was thoroughly impressed with that JBL. With one, I just used one. So get yourself a JBL Eon Power 15 if you want. But this is not a review, so I'm not reviewing that. I also use this Behringer Xenix mixer for running the 2 microphones and then my computer. And that was that gig. And the other gig that I had was actually yesterday. I had to do sound for a praise dance event, and I think I still have the flyer for that. Let me go get it so I can show you guys. Oh yeah, I still have it, because it was yesterday, so duh, I still have it. Glad I didn't lose it in one day. But I did sound for, uh-oh, make sure my camera focuses. Come on, camera, focus. Alright, so I did sound for this praise dance show called Heaven Can Dance 2. And the basis of the show was kind of to celebrate the achievements of some local praise dancers from churches in our area. And so basically they all came together, as well as some special guest praise dancers and a praise ballerina. And so they came all together and basically performed a show. And that was the basis of it. So I was doing sound. There was one guy doing lighting, and then there was another guy doing the music tracks for the performers. So I was strictly on the mixing console, just mixing it all up. And so it was yesterday at the Bicentennial Park Theater. It was sponsored by Taj Productions, and the lady that is over Taj Productions, her name is Julia Alexander, and I'm really thankful that she recommended me to do this event. And she also has another event that's coming up in 2018 that she may call me back for. So it was a pretty cool gig. The gear that I used was some pretty good gear too. We used the gear at the theater, and so there's my name. Oh, wait, that's the program. BIOS, blah, 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 blah. There we go. I'm up in this section, Tech Theater Support. There I am, Bryson Booker. But the equipment, they actually have some pretty good gear at Bicentennial Park Theater. They have the JBL SR, God, I forget the rest of that model. But they were JBL SR, the SR1, the first SR, either SR1 or 2. I think it was 2. The JBL SR Series 2 speakers doing front of house, some TV floor monitors, and then the front of house console was a Soundcraft SI Expression 3 console. And so that was an amazing console. As soon as I walked up to it, I'm like, oh, this is so easy, you know. The learning curve on that console is so darn simple, like especially if you're used to analog, like myself, and actually prefer the sound of analog rather than digital. If you walk up to a Soundcraft Expression 3, you'll feel right at home, literally. It was a great sounding console, very user-friendly, great Soundcraft EQ, preamps were okay, you know, being digital, they were okay. And, you know, it just sounded great. The whole event went great, and they're actually putting it on DVD. So if that event comes up on YouTube, I'll be sure to upload it on my channel so you guys can see exactly what I was dealing with on that night. It wasn't that hard.